Hey y'all, good morning. Christina Wessinger here. I'm an executive director in Athens, Alabama. I am super excited to be hopping on with y'all this morning and doing a little bit of training with you guys today. I'm sorry I couldn't be there live, but one of the things that I wanted to talk to y'all today about, and thank you, Grace, for having me. You were so sweet. And I tell you what, one of the things, let me just side note say that one of the things that is so fantastic about being part of the executive team is that everybody helps each other and shares with each other, helps train each other's teams. So this is such a wonderful thing and a wonderful friendship that we develop in the executive team. So if you're looking for that kind of community, let me just encourage you, work with Grace on building your own executive team because yeah, you're going to be glad you did. The sisterhood and the community is amazing. All right, so what we are going to talk about today is positive team culture. I know a lot of us have heard about team culture before, but maybe we just really don't know or understand exactly what it is. So I'm going to kind of share a few things with y'all this morning. So what is culture and what does that word mean to each and every one of you? Some of you may not even really know what culture means. And no, it's not the stuff in yogurt or buttermilk. It's not that kind of culture that we're talking about today. Culture is defined as the attitudes and behavior characteristic of a particular social group or development or improvement of the mind by education and training. And we do a lot of education and training with Pampered Chef, don't we? Forbes cites culture as the set of behaviors, values, artifacts, reward systems, and rituals that make up your organization. Kind of sounds like Pampered Chef, doesn't it? You can feel culture when you visit a company because it is often evident in people's behavior, enthusiasm, and the space itself. How many of you go to Chick-fil-A or maybe Hobby Lobby or something like that? When you walk in the Chick-fil-A, I mean, those people behind the counter are usually smiling, my pleasure, have a great day. I'm like, oh my gosh, I just want to live here amongst these people. They're fantastic. But it all trickles down from the leader of Chick-fil-A who developed this culture. So let that sink in a moment when you think about culture. Think about how it starts from the top and trickles down, all right? So it can either start at the top and trickle down positively or negatively, all right? Some of the things that can negatively affect our team culture and even your team culture as you begin to grow are negative attitudes and comments, poor behavior, woe is me, drama, tension. Those kind of words just make you feel icky on a Monday, doesn't it? Those things can be stopped in their tracks, thankfully, and replaced with positivity. As a leader, it is imperative that the positive team culture starts with us, each and every one of you. We set the pace, no matter what it is. Have you ever heard that before, that the leader sets the pace? I'm sure y'all have. What do you want your team to look like, feel like, maybe perform like? What do you want that ideal team to be like? You get to decide. That's the best news of all, y'all. You get to decide what you want your team to look like, feel like, act like, and perform like. If you are a negative leader, guess what? Guess what your team is going to be like? Yep, negative. And who in the world wants that? I don't know of anybody who wants and seeks out a negative team. So make sure you are not that negative leader. Now, don't get me wrong. We all have bad days, right? We all do. And it is okay to be having a bad day. But it is important how we react to those bad days and situations that come. That's the most important part, how you react. One of the best tips that we were ever given as leaders way back in the day was to never complain down, always complain up. And that means that as a leader, you never go to your team members and complain about another team member. You never complain about your lack of bookings or the team's lack of bookings. And you never, ever complain about what a host said or did to your team members, or what your director said or did to your team members, because that is straight up poison. You always talk to your director or above about those kinds of things. 1 or 2 negative comments from you as the leader will poison your team. We are here to learn to feed our teams with positivity, right? And I know for some of you that might feel kind of foreign, like, well, I don't want to be fake. I don't want to be, little Miss Happy-Go-Lucky all the time. And, that might give them a false sense of what this business is like. No, it's just how you are reacting to the situations that are coming at you. All right, so how can we maintain a positive attitude during tough times? Tame your tongue. Sometimes it's hard when you want to spout something off to anybody who will listen, but just as we said before, never complain down, never bash your team members to others, and watch how you talk to your team members. Always lift them up, never put them down. Read leadership books and positive books, and listen to podcasts. Rachel Hollis, she has some good podcasts. There's some good Christian podcasts out there if you're looking for something like that. Do a devotion in the mornings, whatever will lift you up. Maybe start your day off with some positive music, dance, do whatever, ride your Peloton bike, whatever. I just got off of mine a little bit ago. So that is how I want to start my day. I'm trying to protect those things and do something for me each morning that lifts me up. I personally do a little bit of a devotion each morning, and followed by a little prayer. And then I'm trying to make it a habit, a new habit of riding my bike. So it's actually working very well. Now, another thing that can help you maintain a positive attitude during tough times is have positive groups and friendships. All right. I can't say the word positive enough. Let's face it. We all have those folks in our lives who are natural complainers, negative people. And when you ask them, hey, how are you? They always tell you, my life sucks. I'm so tired. I'm so this. And I have a friend. Yeah. I have a friend that every single time you say, hey, how are you doing? It's hard every single time. So you know what? I'm not going to ask her anymore how she's doing, because I don't want to know. I really don't. Y'all, isn't it exhausting? Like, seriously. Well, we also have those folks in our lives that just make us feel better by being around them, don't we? People gravitate to them because they're so fun and so positive. Like Grace, I absolutely love you and love talking to Grace, hearing from Grace, because she's always so fun and so positive and is very real. And those people never seem to complain or say a negative word about anybody. I love that. Surround yourself with those people, whether they're on your team, someone else's team, outside of Pampered Chef, it doesn't matter. Who you surround yourself with, you become. And I want you to write that down. Who you surround yourself with, you become. If you are surrounding yourself with negative people, mediocre performers, people who are just happy with the bare minimums and things like that, that is who you're going to perform like and act like and be like and be okay with being like, okay? My friendships and relationships, in all honesty, have changed a lot over the years, and I have room for positivity and positive friends in my life, but I have no room for negativity or negative people or drama. I can't stand it. It drives me bonkers. All right, as a leader, you're going to be the one that your team comes to and says things about themselves or their businesses or other team members that are going to be negative. All right, you're going to hear a lot of negativity, but it's going to be your job as the positive leader to help them turn it around, cheer them up, encourage them, and lift them up. As leaders, we have to learn to be solution-based leaders. All right, always finding that solution instead of adding to the problem. All right, so I'm going to list a few of some of the negative comments that you may hear from your teams as leaders. And we need to have positive solutions for these comments that you're about to hear ready in our pocket, ready to go at any given time. All right, it's like arming yourself. All right, so how many of you have ever heard, I don't have any bookings, nobody will host for me? How many of you have heard, I've tried that, I've tried everything, nothing works for me? I've called everyone and nobody will talk to me or reply to me. Everybody's ghosting me. I can't recruit. I'm not good at it. Bless it. Everyone cancels their shows on me. They just all cancel. I'm not trying for that trip. I'm not going to earn it anyway. There's no sense in even trying for it. Only directors earn those trips. Yeesh. And how many of you have heard directors have it so easy? Business just comes easy to you. Lord have mercy. Y'all, I'm telling you what, I've heard these comments more than I care to admit. But how does it feel to hear a negative comment, but actually come up with a positive solution? All right, that's what I want y'all to do is think of those negative comments I just said. And I want you to take a piece of paper and I want you to write a couple of positive statements out beside them. How would you come up with a solution for that? One of the key things that you can do is not necessarily tell someone what to do. Ask questions. Ask lots and lots of questions. So for the person who says, I don't have any bookings, nobody will host for me. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. I'm sorry you feel that way. How many people have you contacted for bookings? How many people have you spoken with about booking with you? How are you reaching out to people about bookings? Those are questions you need to ask, because what they're going to say is, I contacted my 6 friends and they're supposed to host, but they didn't. Bless it. So ask lots and lots of questions, all right? So do you think that by practicing coming up with positive comments, that it will start to become a habit for you? A new habit, maybe? Maybe you haven't practiced coming up with solutions before, but maybe this is something that you could easily put into practice. Think that those kinds of things will start trickling down to your team. If they start hearing positive solutions over and over and over again and hearing them enough, do you think that they will start hearing those positive solutions in their heads every time a tough situation comes up? Every time a hurdle comes up, you want them to hear in their heads your positive voice speaking to them. All right, you want that in their heads. And as leaders, we have to sometimes adopt a new mentality. All right, if you're just kind of like, you kind of gravitate naturally to the negative side, it's time to start a new mentality. It's a new day, it's a new month, it's a new day of the week. So it's time to start a new mentality today. We are not born positive people, believe it or not. And most of us are not born leaders, all right? We develop those skills. And as leaders, our new mentality should now be, from this day forward, today, Monday, June 14th, 2021, today is a new day, and your new mentality is now going to be no minimums. I will not work to minimums or have a minimum mentality. No more, okay? A minimum is a baseline. It's like a starting point. Each and every one of you were not born to be mediocre. None of you were. You were born to succeed. You were born to excel and to do amazing things. And that is what minimum is. It's mediocre. And none of you were born to be mediocre. None of you are here because you want to just skate by barely, right? None of you want to just barely get by. So when we adopt a minimum mentality for our team and a positive zone for our team culture, we will be moving in the right direction. We will start to grow with our teams. So what are some minimums that people usually work to? Think about that for a minute. On your team, what are some of the minimums that people usually are like, woohoo, I made it to? Right? How about 750 personal sales for directors? Do you have team members or directors that are like, woohoo, hit my 750, I'm done for the month. Wow. Bless your heart. How about 1250 in sales for earning the new products? How about 5 active team members for directorship? I got 5 people and they each have $153. Yay! No. You think those team members are excited about selling only 150 and getting that paycheck for 150 bucks? No. How about a $200 party? Oh my gosh, my party just hit 200. I'm so excited. No. That host is not going to be happy with just the benefits from a $200 party. So those minimums don't stretch or help anybody, y'all. If you are always working to the minimum, you are not growing. You are stagnant and stale. And I hate to say those words to you, but it's true. Y'all, you got to stretch. Being a leader means that you are going to stretch and grow and that you're willing to do that. You're going to help others do the same. You want to help others do the same. Leaders will lead and lead by example. Show your team how to not work to minimums. Create that no minimum mentality in your teams. Some people, no matter what, will always work to minimums, and that's fine, but you set the pace and you show them how it looks to work beyond and above any of those minimums, all right? So some of the things that we can do to inspire our teams and encourage a positive team culture are team banners. I'm going to give y'all a few little ideas of some things that you can do here. All right. So the first thing is team banners. How many of you have your own team Facebook page? All right. Whether you have 1 team member or 20, doesn't matter. Have your own team Facebook page and create a fun banner through Canva to show your team the monthly goals that you're working for. If you don't know how to create one, just ask. Somebody will totally help you. Having that goal as a focus for your entire team in front of them keeps them moving and lets them know and lets them see what y'all are working on together as a team. And like I said, whether you have 1 team member and you're a senior consultant, or you have 20 team members and you're an advanced director or a director, whatever, doesn't matter. Have a team banner, set some goals, and have it in front of your team at all times during the month, and bring the focus to it constantly so that they know what the team goal is for the month. How about a team name? All right, what is your team name? Think of it for a minute. What do you want your team to be known as? Are you Team Inspire, Team Achieve, Team Believe, Movers and Shakers? That's what my team is called. What inspires you? You got to think about what it is that inspires you and gets you moving. What do you want your team to stand for and be known for? Include recruiting in the team title so that when new people join your team and they see it on the team banner, they see that this team, your team, is a team that recruits and grows. All right. All right. Number 3, team daily post. Posting something inspiring, helpful, tips, ideas, etc. on your team page daily is going to be so helpful. And again, it does not matter how many people are on your team. Let that one person, those 4 people, 5 people, 20 people, 50 people, let them see you posting something each and every day. All right. If you have a few people on your team, 3, 4, 5 people, let them take turns and have them post some stuff too. Assign them a day that they're in charge of, such as Motivation Monday, Tip Tuesday, Wow Wednesday, Thankful Thursday, Fun Friday. Y'all, you get the idea. Come up with your own ideas and things to do each day. That's just kind of like a little guide you can use. Posting ideas or tips with themes each day of the week, and you can schedule those posts too. That's going to really help your team stay engaged, look forward to what's coming. By having your team members take turns posting, it also gives them a sense of ownership and responsibility from the get-go. And they're kind of stepping into some leadership roles and learning some responsibility of doing things for a team. All right. Number 4, team Zoom interviews. These are so fun. And this is one of the things that really helped my team grow. Interview team members who are excelling in certain areas of their business. Someone who's a rock star booker, a seller, a recruiter. Ask them questions and have them share on video what they're doing and then post it on your team page. Others are going to get inspired and excited by what they're doing and then possibly think, I could do that too. That's what you want. You want people to say, I could do that. I'll totally try that. All right, number 5, weekly team training calls. This is what my team does. We do a weekly call every single week on Mondays, and we share different things. I had Grace come on one time and train our team. It was phenomenal. They're still talking about it. But having weekly calls with your team, again, whether you have 1 or 100 people on your team, is going to be so important because you're going to be connecting with your team members and then they're going to be connecting with each other. And especially since we're all virtual right now, that's even more important to keep connecting. I never realized how much fun and important these things were until like we had a break one time of like a week or so, and people were saying, hey, when's the next team call? When's the next team call? Okay, they're so important and they look for those. You can share tips, ideas, training on a certain topic, have guest speakers. It's a way for everyone to come together and learn. And it's key to do this each week. If you can't do it every week, that's okay. Try every other week, but start somewhere. And again, if you have one person on your team, train them every week. Share ideas every week. Do a Q&A every week. It doesn't matter. Number 6, not a leader of a big team yet. Like we've been touching on this. It's okay to not have a big team yet. Emerge as one. Dress the part, basically. Act like you are the level that you want to be at in Pampered Chef. Okay, have you ever heard Dress the Part? Remember in the movie, if you've ever seen it, Legally Blonde, when Elle Woods goes to law school and it's the first day of law school and she puts on a cute little outfit, she puts on some fake glasses, she looks in the mirror and she goes, I totally look the part. Okay, she was dressing for what she wanted to be. All right, she wanted to be a serious law student. And so she dressed the part. So you can do the same thing. Be the leader that you want to be. Act like you have 150 people on your team, even if you have 1. All right, start doing those things and making those habits now so that when you do have that team of 150 people, you already have things in place that you're doing that will positively affect them. And always, if you're not a leader of a big team yet, that's okay. Offer to lead team meetings now. Offer to help your director with postings, with speaking up and saying, hey, I'll help you with that. Start doing those things and don't leave it up to your director to do everything. And I'm telling you, you will be so glad you did. You're going to get fed from it. Your team members are going to see you emerging as the leader, and they're going to start following you wherever you go. Number 7, send team texts to your personal team. Send little messages. A lot of good can come out of sending uplifting text, Bitmojis, and fun gifts to team members just to cheer them on. Have you ever received a text or a Bitmoji or just a fun gift from somebody and you thought, or your director, and you thought, man, that came at just the right time. I'm so glad they did that. And it just meant a lot to you and it kind of fueled you for the day. Think of how you would feel in that and start doing that for your team members. You can offer tips for the week, maybe challenges, or here's what's coming up for the week, everybody. Offer a booking blitz or recruiting challenge, a simple reminder of team calls coming up, or even one of the most impactful is a thinking of you text. Hey girl, just thinking of you. Just wanted to check in. How's everything going this week for you? Just something. Or if you saw something inspirational, a little quote or something, send it to them and say, I thought of you when I saw this. Hope you're having a wonderful day. That's it. That's it. If you have a prayer list going in your office or somewhere, just let your team members know, hey, by the way, I'm praying for you today. Just want to let you know I'm thinking of you. That's going to go a long way. All right. I hope I've given y'all some good tips and ideas and things to think about and to start trying with your team members. And I want you to think of, and I want you to write this down on a piece of paper and really focus on this week. How will you emerge as a positive leader this month and for 2021? Okay, think about that one. And then the next one I want you to think about is, what can I do today to show my team that I am going to lead by example? What can I do today to show my team that I am going to lead by example? Y'all, I am so glad that I got to pop on with all of you today. Wish I could be there live with you, but I hope this training helps you. I wish you all the best of luck and wish you a wonderful, successful, and positive summer this year. All right. Have a wonderful day, everybody. And Grace, thank you again, my friend, for having me on today. I love you and hope you all have a wonderful day. Bye, you guys.